Hey, hey, hey. What up, everybody? Hi, rapper. How can I help you? Hi, MJ. I don't know if you're in here at the moment, but yes, this is definitely a sad case. Hey, Micah. So I will star this comment so I can come back to it because as I read the story, you'll see that this one isn't so much the parents, as far as I know, and as far as everything I've read. But it is a really sad story. Okay. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Muse News. How are you? How are you feeling? Let me change this color real quick because I had it set for something different. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I'll go with that color. We'll do classic. And I need to show my trigger warning. Sorry, y'all. I am a little late to my own live, but typical me. MJ, hey, you did make it back. Good to see you. Hi, PJ. Thank you for stopping in before bed. I appreciate it. So I'm going to give a few more minutes. Some of you may have seen this story. I haven't seen it around YouTube much, so I decided to, talk about her story some because it is truly heartbreaking. So I'm just going to give it a few more minutes. But how is everyone doing today? Rapper, would you please just pause, think about what you're doing, and there's really no need for the trolling and the hate, honestly. Move on, please. PJ, I completely understand. I have been up since really early also, and I'm not used to that. So I know that you're probably tired. And if you have an early day tomorrow, I get that. This story truly gets me upset. Yeah, same here, MJ. Hi, JR Nana. How are you today? Thank you for sending love and light. It's good to see everyone. So again, I'm going to wait a few more minutes, but while I'm waiting, I'll go ahead and load one of the things I'm going to be sharing. Oh, wait, MJ, you won the Black Skeleton candle. Yeah, congratulations to all of those who won last night at the giveaway. And congrats to Killshot and Sway on their 3K. It's not easy in the YouTube world. Yeah, we're just going to keep on going and ignore that person because obviously they're having a bad day or a bad life. I don't know what the issue is, but choose love. Just be kind. There's no need to troll and do all these things. Like if you're trying to get someone's attention, hit me up in my email. It's in my about section. There's a much better way to go about doing things. It is. And let me make sure I add something in my banner real quick. Let me edit this. I'm sure most people will be able to know what this word means. And while I'm at it, let me pull up this. Sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna, while I'm waiting for people to get in here, I'm just editing some stuff, so don't mind me. Let's see. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. Jeez. Okay. I love it to visit to take my daughter to Broadway shows for her college grad present. She has always heard of my crazy fun trips there, and now I need to take her. Okay, I missed something in comment. I don't know who you're referring to about stabbing you in the back, but it didn't happen here, so. Oh, Kristen, are you already there? There, nobody, MJ. We're just gonna keep on going. So, okay. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I'm going to. Okay, you're shipping it out on Monday. So when are you going, Kristen? And if you don't want to say, that's fine. Thursday. Oh, gotcha. Have you been before? Because I've actually lived on Long Island, the city, and back then it wasn't as, you know, as insane as it is nowadays. But you should definitely have a good time. Can't wait to see the pictures. I know my son got to visit. He was able to visit like Ground Zero and see the, where the Twin Towers were and all those things. So definitely enjoy your stay. You've been twice. Oh, yeah. So you've already. Awesome. I haven't been in a very long time. I would really love to visit again. Hi, Michael McAllister. How are you? We are having spaghetti for dinner. Oh, well, that's nice, Kristen. I'm not in Florida. And I also have vacation coming up, so I'm saving every little bit for that. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be great to unplug and unwind, just get away from all of this drama and nonsense and just the heaviness of YouTube, the heaviness of what the world, all the world news, all the topics we talk about, all of that heaviness you can just get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want this live to be extremely long. We're probably going to be having a fun live a little later because Micah is off tonight. So to be able to just sit back, relax, and have some fun, we're going to have a fun live later. So y'all stay tuned for that. Yes, MJ, a break is definitely needed. Hey, Blind, thank you for stopping in and being here. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is Jaylee Chillson. She is from Kansas. She It's Cloud County, Kansas, and she is or was 14 years old. 14 years old. This is a young girl. 14 years old. And so I'm going to start with reading a little bit of her. This website has like her obituary information. I'm not going to, go into like the arrangements or anything like that. But I did want y'all to, see. It tells a little bit about who Jaylee was, and we're going to go over that stuff. So let's see. Okay. Make sure I didn't scroll too far. All right. So Jaylee Nicole Chillson, 14, passed away on September 17th of 2023 in Cloud County, Kansas. She was born on March 11th, 2009 in Manhattan, the daughter of Jeb and Stacy Chillson. Jaylee was raised in Clay Center. She enjoyed spending time outside in nature, hunting, fishing, and camping. So she was an outdoor girl. Softball was another favorite activity for Jaylee, spending many hours on the field practicing and playing. She also enjoyed riding with her father in the semi. Her goal was to be a diesel mechanic. Wow, she had really, that's awesome for a young girl to have that as a goal. That is amazing. Jaylee was active in the Evangelical Covenants Church and the church youth group. And then it has her survivors, which she had she had a lot of brothers. 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers. So, yeah, that's a little bit of who Jaylee was and the things she enjoyed doing. Yeah, and this is the headline, which is so heartbreaking. Can my mods, whenever I'm reading the articles, I can't see the chat, so I appreciate all of you. I don't understand I don't understand it. It's ridiculous to me. I mean, like I said, if you want to have a conversation, reach out to me. Why troll YouTube? Like, really? Michael, just ignore that person. We're going to ignore that person. We're going to continue talking about Jaylee because that is what matters here and that's what's important. So 14-year-old girl refused to go home and then unalived herself in front of the sheriff's deputy. This is her, and on the right is her and her mom. And so I will verbally also say trigger warning. This post contains information about unaliving, which may be triggering to some. So please watch at your own discretion. Or listen, shall I say. So a family in Kansas thought their teenage daughter who ran away would return home, but sadly, her story has a devastating ending. Jaylee Chillson, 14, reportedly shot herself in front of a Cloud County sheriff's deputy who was trying to get her back to her family. Several witnesses saw the heartbreaking incident. I mean, I just want to pause right there just for a moment because imagine the people who were at this party, the witnesses that are mentioned here. This has to be extremely traumatizing. And this is a very good question, MJ, and I have been digging every day because I've been looking into this case since the weekend. And I have yet to find out anything more about this. If anything does come up, I will bring it to you guys, but I haven't found this information. That's something that I have not been able to find at all. Okay, Lauren, thank you. All right. Thank y'all. But yeah, this has to be extremely traumatizing for the witnesses who saw this happen. So Jaylee's family alleges the teen was subjected to years of bullying and that administrators at the school did nothing to help her. They believe the system failed their daughter and now they will grieve a life gone far too soon. So that's why I wanted to bring up Lee's comment. I don't know if she's still in chat. I know she is cooking right now. But so in this situation, in this story, and I'll go on to read a lot of what the parents have gone through, and the system clearly failed her by not addressing the bullying situation. And I can speak on that just as like in my own area where our local schools are horrible at taking things like bullying seriously. Um, my godchild went through it, not to this extent. He's a much younger age, but it doesn't matter. It's bullying. Bullying is bullying. And they didn't really take it serious to where he was just depressed. He hated school. His grades were failing. Bullying is a serious situation that not enough school districts, not enough um, people in authoritative figures take seriously enough. And things like this can happen, and that's the heartbreaking truth. Oops, comments went too fast. Did she do it or did some? No, so she did it to herself, Michael McAllister. I'm gonna keep reading. So Jaylee's bullying allegedly began in 7th grade. Her parents told the Messenger News that their daughter had trouble during middle school. She was a student at Clay Center Community Middle School in the rural community of Clay Center. Her father, Jeb, said classmates told her to cut herself and another dumped glue in her hair. Her father added one girl even told his daughter that she would unalive her. He and his wife, Stacy, brought their concerns to the school, which allegedly did nothing to stop the bullying. So you have just this paragraph right here says so much about just a few of the things that she was going through, and the school did nothing to stop the bullying. Yeah, it does happen a lot. Hey, Killshot, thank you for being here. And we're just talking about Jaylee Chillson, who unalived herself, and the parents blamed the system for the bullying that they did not stop that was happening to her at the school. No problem, Michael. Okay, so the family moved Jaylee to another school, but the bullying continued. So here you have parents that are being proactive. They are listening to their child. They are trying to do everything they can to get their daughter away from the bullying because the previous school did nothing to help her. They move her to another school. At the beginning of her 8th grade year, her parents said she was unhappy and they moved her to another school in the district. At this school, the abuse from classmates reportedly became physical. Her father told the messenger his daughter came home with bruises. One of them, okay, I'm not going to read that part, but basically did something very, basically SA to her, very vulgar. And for her to experience that at school in the 8th grade, like that is horrible. Like, what is going on at these schools? Okay, so this is a post from Stacy, her mom's Facebook, which I actually have her Facebook I'm going to show here in a minute. And this was just a bunch of Snapchat pictures that her mom was able to find. I know that her mom is very thankful for these Snapchats. And when I was looking through them, there's a lot of pictures of her with her daughter. So, I mean, imagine she has 4 other brothers. She's the only girl, from what information I found. So I can imagine how close, that they were. Although the district reportedly said the bullying would stop, it did not. Jaylee's parents said the bullies targeted their daughter relentlessly throughout the summer online. So you now have a story where it continued outside of school into the summer and they were bringing it online. She saw a therapist to help her work through the difficult time and everything seemed okay. Neither her therapist nor her family expected her to unalive herself, but on September 16th, life changed forever. Okay, and while let me minimize this real quick so I can grab this file and bring it up to read to y'all. Okay. Let me go back in StreamYard. Just bear with me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to switch real quick to this. So this was an official release from Cloud County Sheriff's Department. Death investigation in Cloud County. The Cloud County Sheriff's Office and the Kansas Bureau of Investigation are conducting a death investigation after a shooting occurred Saturday night at a party in rural, I can't ever say that word right, so rural Cloud County. On Saturday, September 16th at around 11:25 p.m., a Clay Center resident called the Cloud County Sheriff's Office to request help locating a family member who was a 14-year-old female. The girl was believed to have run away and was thought to be attending a party near Aurora, Kansas. So that is something that I did come across, that she apparently had ran away. I do not know all of the details surrounding that, but she was considered a runaway because they did receive a call to help locate her. And she went to this party. So I don't know anything about the party. I don't know what age range or of people were at this party, but regardless, she ran away from home. Her family were looking for her, and she was at this party. A deputy responded to the outdoor field party that was attended by college and high school students. So there you go. I answered my own question. So she was a 14-year-old at a college and high school student party. The deputy located the girl and tried to convince her to return to her family. He was escorting her to his patrol vehicle when she pulled out a firearm and unalived herself. The deputy did not draw his firearm. The sheriff's deputy and an off-duty firefighter attempted life-saving measures, but the girl was pronounced dead at the scene shortly after midnight. I will add to this that her father also helped perform CPR on his daughter. That is something that breaks my heart. I could not imagine. The Cloud County Sheriff's Office requested KBI assistance to conduct the death investigation to ensure impartiality since their deputy was present during the shooting. Multiple partygoers witnessed the incident and offered interviews, and the investigation is ongoing. So as far as we know right now, they are still investigating all of the circumstances. So like I said, it should come out of, where the firearm came from, maybe the circumstances of why she ran away, what led up to her running away, things like that. But, as of right now, we don't, there's not a lot of information, but the number one thing is stop the bullying. Bullying does not need to happen. I mean, look what it can lead to. It's horrible. It's horrible. Let's see. Crochet, I see that you came in. Hi, Crochet, how are you? I'm guessing that y'all are acknowledging the trolls that had came in, so I'm not even gonna try to figure out chat at the moment. No, Crochet, I honestly have not edited Nightbot in a little bit. I need to. I just haven't. I took a week off last week because I wasn't feeling well, and it was actually a much needed break. But yeah, I will get to it, I promise. Yeah, it's horrible, and I'm gonna continue reading. No, I don't know. Are you? No, I thought y'all were talking about the trolls that relentlessly keep trying to come in here. Okay, so I read the news release. So right here it says Jaylee told her family she was taking a walk with their dog. So this gives us a little bit of insight into what, you know, she was telling her family and this. I can't get my words right. I'm sorry. I am extremely tired right now, and I am trying because I really want to tell her story. So, promise I'll get with it. Um, so the teenager took off on a walk, but her family quickly realized that she had run away. They contacted police around 11:30 p.m. on September 16th, and the sheriff's deputies began their search. They found her at an outdoor party attended by high school and college students, and then the deputy that tried to get her home, it's a repeat of what I just read, but basically this is like his statement. The deputy located the girl and tried to convince her to return to her family. I mean, it's heartbreaking. This is her and her father. So this is Jaylee and her father. And like I said, she was the only girl. According to the obituary details, she was the only girl. The teen's death devastated her family. Stacy Chillson took to Facebook to share her grief after her daughter's death. And I'm going to load her Facebook, so I'm going to read those in another tab. The dad told the messenger that others are talking about similar experiences in the wake of Jaylee's death. Tons of families have reached out to me saying that their families are experiencing the exact same problems in school. Bullying is just a terrible pandemic in this area. And honestly, it's everywhere, you know. They did set up a GoFundMe, and yeah, as it says right here, it has raised more than 16 of a $20,000 goal. So they have, I think by now they have exceeded their GoFundMe, which is amazing. Because I know in the mom's Facebook post, they wanted to be able to give their daughter the best kind of, you know, burial and celebration of life and all that stuff. And they didn't want to ask for money, but there's times where sometimes we just have to do that, and I'm thankful that they were able to meet their goal. Okay, so this one, let me see if there's anything majorly different. So a statement by the father, he called the tragedy unbearable. She's amazing, perfect, he wrote. Everything you could ever ask for in a daughter. She's beautiful, she's smart, she is our everything. Our hearts are shattering. It's unbearable and it's not fair. The grieving dad also said he was furious, suggesting that his daughter had been bullied and shunned. Hold on just a minute. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Was she a user of any kind? Not that I know of as at this point, Bond. It is under investigation, but I mean, like I said, I don't know because not much has come out as far as like details of the party. I don't know. There hasn't been mention of like if they've done an autopsy or anything like that. So I'm not sure. I just know that she was bullied a lot. They moved her schools. She was bullied there. It went on into summer. Um, they were bullying her online, and it's sad and heartbreaking that these kids, I mean, of all ages, and it happens all the time. I mean, we even have adults who do bullying, as we all know. It just bullying needs to stop. Okay, I'm trying to highlight some of y'all's comments so I can come back to them because I don't want to miss any. But Okay, using this mouse really sucks. Okay, so this is from the dad. He said, I've read days worth of messages from her quote unquote friends that treated her absolutely awful. Watched as she was not included with girls on her sports teams. Watched adults on a school level repeatedly fail her. Watched as girls that were once her best friends not even acknowledge her when she walked by them. And watched a handful of parents who used to gush about her and how amazing she was turn to calling her names and talking badly about her to their kids. So he's not only witnessing and bringing up the failure of the school system, he has messages and messages that people that were calling themselves her friends and how they treated her, not even acknowledge her. Then you have a handful of parents who once talked highly of her were then turning around and calling her names and talking badly about Jaylee to their own children. So these are adults that are enabling their children to be bullies because I mean, think about it. They're sitting here talking and egging it on and pushing these children, and then they go out and they go online and they do these things to Jaylee, and she's going through this as a 14-year-old girl. Imagine how traumatizing and how awful the bullying had to be for it to get to the extent that it did. No one outside of our family and her therapist know what the last year of her life has been like, he said. She deserved everything she ever could have wanted in this world. Police said several witnesses at the party, which was attended. Okay, I already read that. They were interviewed about the incident, but no charges were filed. And here's another picture of Jaylee. And I am going to try to catch up in chat. So JR Nana, I was 16, arguing with my stepdad, had a bottle of Valium. I had no intention of offing myself, but when he told me to go ahead and take the bottle, oh, JR Nana, I am glad that you're here today. I'm sorry that it reached that point for you. And like I said, bullying can be, it's not just these children in schools. It can be grown adults. It can be step parents. It can be anyone. I mean, bullying exists in every culture, every state, every city, almost all schools. I'm not going to say every school because I know that there are some good schools, but for the school not to take it seriously for her, that it just breaks my heart. I have so many questions to Vaughn. So many, and that's why this case just grabbed my heartstrings and looking at the mom's Facebook, and it's so sad. We had 6 students unalive in 3 years. Oh wow, MJ. Dang. My point is, it only takes a moment to do something because of encouragement from others and not even think twice. Right. And that's what I was saying. Like, you have these parents that are, in a way, in my opinion, encouraging bullying. If they're going to talk about this girl to their kids and then their kids in turn around and bully Jaylee to the point that she did what she did, like, some accountability is so needed. The bullying cases really touched me in a way that other cases don't. Yeah, this was very tough. Hey, Sway, thank you for being here. I was bullied all the time in junior high. Had my bicycle pass stolen. Yeah, see, I'm sorry that you went through that also. And when my child was in elementary school and they were trying to bully him, I will say that he stood his ground. And sometimes that's what you do have to do. And I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything, but I am saying whenever a bully is bullying you, you stand up for yourself. And hopefully you have people behind you that have, hopefully that's all I can hope for, is that every child in every home is taught about not putting up with the bullies, speaking out when you are being bullied, and not to be a bully. Okay, so let's see. That one is a little bit of the same. So this is the tab I wanted to share because this is the one that wasn't mentioned in the news release, but okay, it's a long article. Yeah, so this is about the dad. He actually did help try to save her life. So, the father of a bullied 14-year-old runaway who shot herself in front of a sheriff's deputy recalled the harrowing moment he ran to the scene when he heard the gunshot and tried to save her life. Jaylee Chillson unalived herself during a party in Aurora late Saturday while the Cloud County Sheriff's deputy tried to return her to her parents, who have said she suffered through years of emotional and physical abuse. The tragic girl's dad, Jeb, said he heard the gunfire and ran to the scene. They told me not to go in there, but I said I used to be an EMT. I can help. When I got closer, they told me that there was a girl shot, so I took off running. I see my daughter on the ground being held up by one of the partygoers. As I come up to the deputy, he tells me that she did what she did. I don't want to keep repeating that over and over, but I told them that we needed to call for a helicopter and an ambulance. We're putting pressure on her, and when the paramedic got there, they had already made up their minds about her, he added to the outlet. This is a gorgeous picture of her. I love the background and her in her dress. I started doing CPR on my daughter for about 10 minutes. I told them that I wasn't going to let my daughter die without trying. After performing CPR for several minutes, Chilson said he held the mortally wounded Jaylee in his arms. It was unclear whom the gun belonged to and where she obtained it. So that's what I was saying. There isn't enough information to even answer that question because they don't even know at this point. I'm sure it'll come out, but it hasn't yet. Let's see. So then we have the superintendent. Let's see, Superintendent Brett Nielsen of the school district, which I'm sure the parents are not happy with at this moment. He called her death a tragic loss, but he did not deny the family's allegations that the young teen had been mercilessly bullied for years. In his statement, he says Jaylee was a student in our school district from August 2014 to 2023, and I was deeply saddened when I heard about her death. Over the past week, our school district has been focused on supporting the people most affected by this tragic loss. This includes offering and providing support to Jaylee's family, as well as working closely with our students' families and district employees during this difficult time. And so they had the counseling team come in and help because I can imagine the like I said, the reality of what happened to this 14-year-old had to be traumatizing when these students learned of what happened. He added that school officials were reminding our students to tell a trusted adult if they are struggling or know someone who might need help. That statement frustrates me because you have the parents saying that they told the school and the school did nothing. So like, are these kids going to feel like they can come to these authoritative figures and try to help if nothing was done for Jaylee? I'm 63. Kids were mean when I was a kid. My mom said she did too. Parents have to raise a child to have confidence and self love. Yes. And like I said, teach them about not being a bully, teach them to speak out about them. I was bullied for like a year or two. It sucks. Yeah, I think I mean, I know I did early, probably middle school, same as Jaylee's age, probably. Hi, Beachy Becca. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you're having an amazing night also. Hey, Megs. Yes, it is truly sad. Bully is a strong word. When someone calls you a bully, you should try a little introspection. Just saying. Blind and kill shot are just, they bring the humor whenever we talk about these heavy cases. Um, you have to have some kind of humor, and that's why we're going to have a fun live tonight, because these cases get extremely heavy. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to show this is one of the most important things I wanted to show. This is Jaylee's mom's Facebook. It is a public Facebook page. This was on September 18th. So the incident happened on, well, it was the 16th, but she passed away a little after midnight. She says, the world lost one of its brightest lights. This girl has the biggest heart of anyone I know and has since she was just a little girl. There wasn't a day that went by that she couldn't make you laugh till you couldn't breathe. She is amazing, perfect, everything you could ever ask for in a daughter. She's beautiful, she's smart, she is our everything. Our hearts are shattering, it's unbearable. It's not fair. She was our best friend, the best daughter, the best big sister, the best granddaughter. There is nothing that will ever make this hurt go away. And this is the part that I was talking about, where this was like her message. This, her mom, for what I understand, is pushing for the, like, the anti-bullying. They have people reaching out to them. They are taking a big stand against bullying. She says, I'm also angry. I'm angry with those that hurt my baby. I'm furious with those I know hurt her, and will talk about her now that they didn't, sorry, and will talk about her now like they didn't play a part in crushing her. I have read days worth of messages from her friends that treated her absolutely awful. Okay, so this was from the mom. I apologize for that. Um, And then she says, no one outside of our family and her therapist know what the last year of her life has been like. Please stop making assumptions. Please don't judge her. And please do not, if you know you were part of the problem, if you knew your child was part of the problem, use my daughter's name now that she's gone. You don't deserve to. And like, I can feel, I can't 100% relate to exactly what she's feeling because I haven't been through it, but you are angry at everyone who had a hand in all of the bullying. And that statement is a very, very strong statement. Please do not, if you know you were part of the problem, if you know your child was part of the problem, she's saying, do not use my daughter's name now that she's gone. You don't deserve to. She deserved everything she could have ever wanted in this world. We love you with all of our heart and soul, our sweet baby girl. We love you more than anything. It breaks my heart. Oh, it's so, so sad. And this is just a few, like, this was August 28th, her and her brothers. So she was the oldest. She was the big sister to all of these boys who are now missing their sister behind bullying. It's sad and it shouldn't happen. Let me see. I'm going to read another one of her posts. Okay, so this was about the GoFundMe. I don't know what to ask for in those prayers. I only know our world has stopped spinning, but we ultimately know that the Lord, prayer, and faith is what will bring us home to our sweet girl one day. We ask you say her name, share her story, and do absolutely everything in your power to stand up to the dark, hateful, cruel people of this world. You will continue to see our daughter's name. We will use her legacy to find ways to combat the pandemic of young people being affected by intense social pressures and harassment. The hardest thing to ask for is help financially. It's difficult to share this. We just want to give her the best. We want to give her the most beautiful arrangements and a monument for her resting place fit for an angel, because she deserved it all in this life, and we will make sure she gets all she deserves now. Until we meet again, sweet Jaylee. So that was her message. And that is what they're doing. She is going to continue fighting this pandemic of young people being affected by intense social pressures and harassment. And I'm just going to leave this on the screen while I catch up on chat. All right, so I'm having to go back a little bit. Y'all bear with me. Hey, Blue Scarlet. Thank you for stopping in, hun. How are you? Let's see. Sorry, y'all. PJ, did you break Nightbot? I was bullied until I learned how to fight. Yes, exactly. And that's what I was saying about my son. He was young. I mean, this is like second or third grade. And a kid kept bullying him. And he put him in his place one day. And the other kid got suspended, and my kid did not. And guess what? That kid never bullied him anymore. He didn't bully anybody after that. When I send my grandkids to school, I tell them to be kind and be someone's hero. You are powerful. Don't allow anyone to be bullied in front of you. That is amazing, Darren, and that is what needs to be done. That is what we need more of. Encourage these kids to be kind. That is I love that. I absolutely love that. Definitely, if you see someone being bullied, speak up. Speak out on it. I worry about my granddaughters all the time, and they're only 7 and 9. We have conversations about this. That is the important thing, MJ. Keep those conversations going. It sounds like you're already doing an amazing job. The dad was in earshot of all this, and she was present at a college party. Right. So she basically ran away. So, from what I'm understanding, she told the family, hey, I'm going to walk the dog. But they soon discovered, I'm assuming maybe the dog was still at home. I don't know. This is just me theorizing. But from what the article said, Bond, they soon found out, no, she actually ran away. They immediately called it in. The deputies start searching for her, and they locate her at this outdoor field party. It was like an outdoor party going on. So my guess is, if the dad was in earshot of all this, he's probably following these deputies around. I mean, I put myself in that position. If I'm looking for my child, my godchild, family members, whoever it may be, and maybe this is a very small town. I'm not sure of the size of the town, but I'm going to be following them around also. So maybe he followed them in his own vehicle, and he just didn't get there soon enough, because the deputy did locate her and was walking with her back to the patrol vehicle when she did what she did. We don't know where she attained the firearm. That's still all under investigation. But yes, that I imagine if he was in earshot of all of it, he was probably pulling up to this party, going to search for his daughter, and just it was too late. I mean, he still attempted to do CPR on her. I mean, what father wouldn't? And she lay there in his in his arms. Like, I can't imagine it. Yeah, it was the party in the field. It doesn't say how far away from their home, Bond, but it was all in the same county. So like I said, depending on the size of the town, the city, I imagine not that far away. And like I said, I don't know, but if he was that close to it happening, I imagine he followed them and he was there. I'm glad that you're doing okay, Blue Scarlet. Last year, a child jumped off a. Oh my goodness! They had a girl from LSU, uh, Louisiana State University here, a couple years ago when my son was in high school. She graduated the year before him, and she did the same thing off of the Mississippi Bridge in Baton Rouge. And I don't know if anyone knows that bridge, but it's a very, very, very high bridge. And yeah, it was tragic. It was so sad. Yeah, Blue Scarlet. And I think, it's a natural fear these days because of how ugly and evil this world is. And as long as you're doing the right things at home and you're teaching your children to do the right things and to speak up when it's happening to them and hold these school authority figures accountable. If your child is complaining and nothing is being done, raise hell about it. Go to the parent teacher meetings. um, Go to the school board. Do what you have to do in order to get your voice heard for your child. Threatened the school the day the girl jumped my daughter and said there better be a stay away order on that girl upon her return from suspension. She chose to not return. Dang. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you are, you know, when those bullying situations are happening, we have to stand up whenever these schools are choosing to do nothing. Um, well, the thing is mine is that he didn't expect it. I mean, he located her, and in his mind, I'm sure he's thinking, okay, I located her safe. She's here. She's at this party. I found her. We don't know where the firearm came from. She did it so quickly. Like, he never pulled out his firearm. It happened so quick. MJ, if you have that article and you can send it to me, please let me know, because every article I found was always the same story. I never heard this, but that's interesting. So you said you read that she had been told no about the party, I'm assuming. So he knew where she was heading and he just wanted police assistance. But on the official news release, it does say that the county did receive a call for their daughter who they thought had ran away. So I'm assuming everything probably happened really, really quickly. They realized, okay, she didn't go walk the dogs. She probably went to this party, like, let's call 911. I mean, let's report this. She ran away. We need to locate her. And think about it from the parents' perspective. If they know what she's gone through over the last year or whatever, they might not have been thinking that she would do this, but maybe more along the lines thinking, you know, she's out. She's 14 years old. She's gone through hell in the last year or so. Who knows what if one of these bullies would, catch her at this party or wherever she's going, and what they would do to her. That's probably what they were thinking, because I know that's what I would be thinking. If I had my child in therapy, if I knew what my child had been going through and those, the things that she was telling me were happening to her, and all of a sudden she's not home and I think she ran away, that is going to be my first thought is, did a bully lure her away? Is one of her friends that are being fake, getting her away? What are they planning on doing to her? That's where my mind would go. It's just they probably never saw this coming. And it'll be interesting to find out where the firearm did come from. Yeah, and this stuff does matter, Blonde. The home life, the firearm access, the social availability, all being the first things to consider. And, we are getting the parents' side of things. That's the things I've been reading. And from what they say, she was happy. She was into sports. She seemed to be a happy child, except for, like, especially the last year of her life. I mean, it's been several years of bullying to the point where they had to move her schools. And if the parents had her in therapy for this, they are actually being proactive and doing the things that they need to do to help their daughter with dealing with this, all these things going on. They were just fighting a losing battle dealing with a school system that didn't do anything to help protect her from the bullies. Did you read about the 20-year-old with her also? I did see something about the 20-year-old. However, it wasn't something I saw like in the news release or from the parents. So I didn't put it out there only because I want to make sure that that is 100% correct. But I did read something about that. And you don't have to send it right now, MJ. I was just saying if you come across it, just to send it to me. But I did read something about that. However, it wasn't from like an official source, so I didn't put it out there. But that could also be something that was a factor. Maybe she was meeting a 20-year-old. I don't know. I don't know if there's any credibility to that at all. It's probably a miscommunication with the media. They don't always get it right. Right, they don't. And that's what I'm saying. I would like to know more about this story from officials or from like the parents officially putting it out to know more about what happened. At first, I thought she may have grabbed it from the cop, but they said they didn't know who. Right. In the article, they said they didn't know who it belonged to and that it was currently still under investigation. So, yeah, as tragic as this is, I can't imagine what the family's going through. I am, I don't even know how to say it. For the parents to be as strong as they are, to use their daughter's tragedy and help turn it around, to be a voice for those who are being bullied, to be an advocate for that. I commend them for that because it takes a lot of strength to pick yourself up after something like this has happened, but to keep pushing and be an advocate for for what happened to their child. And I think about like the Petitos when situations like this happen, and there's been other cases we followed where they started foundations and they've done things to be a voice, to be an advocate, to speak up for these topics and these things that are happening. This 14-year-old girl, for her to reach the point that she thought, this is what I'm going to do, like that, it's horrible. And it does leave a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions because why, like questions I would have is like, why choose that route instead of going home and continuing in therapy, things like that. But those are things that we don't know. We might not ever know those things. If more does come out about the firearm, the 20-year-old, all those, things that are not clear at this point, I will bring to you guys. I promise that. Because I have been searching every day. Up until this live, I was searching for any new information, and there's nothing yet. So let's just have faith that the investigation is done properly. They figure everything out that they need to. And if anything is, going on in the home life, and I'm not saying it is because at this point I have no reason to think that, but, if there is, and the four brothers they can get the help that they need because they're already going to need counseling and therapy and everything for what their sister, what happened to their sister. So, but yeah, I don't know if chat stopped on the YouTube side. I know it stopped on my side. I hate when StreamYard acts up. Okay, there it goes. However, bullying goes on, even grown-ass adults bullying, driving people to the brink, and then claim they are against bullying. I will never understand. Been trying for 65 years. I know. It's a ongoing problem. And it needs to stop. But that is all I have for you guys for right now. I am going to post if we just like what time we decide to do a fun live later. And I will post that on my community post. I will keep you updated on this case, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to my mods that were watching chat for me when I couldn't. I appreciate you all. You're the best. And yeah, I am going to go eat dinner, and get some rest before the fun live because I am super tired. But let me see what I had. Okay. Yep, I covered everything. All right, you guys. I hope that y'all have a great evening. I appreciate it again so much for y'all even just joining, listening to me. Keep Jaylee's name out there. If you want to share this live on any of your socials, that would be amazing. If not, that's okay too. Don't forget to hit like. And I hope everyone got their, links dropped. I'm pretty sure because the mods always do an amazing job. So with that, I'm going to say good evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good one.